I think what you just mentioned there, like the momentum and ramping things up is so important, man. And realizing that, like, because one of the traps that I fell into in my entrepreneurial journey is like, okay, you ramp it up to a point where like now you are at the highest productivity you've ever been in your life. Things are like you just get up and things just seem to get done like this, and you're getting like videos out, you're talking to clients, you're signing clients, talking to like you're doing everything, right? And obviously that's not sustainable. But I don't know if this happened to you, but then you've made that the normal, kind of like with your clients, right? Like you make them a ton of money in the first month, right? And that becomes the default. That becomes like the threshold. Now anything below that is like, it's not as good, right? And so for me, it was like, I get to that, to the maximum capacity. And now that becomes my normal, right? And so,
It's like hedonic adaptation, right? Like you adapt to
mm,
that level of work. So you think, okay, because this is my new normal. Anything below that is like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. Like life is going downhill. Like
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then that creates stress, right? Because for example, like I got back from my trip, right? And before my trip, that was like the most insane productivity I've ever had. Like literally, like deep focus. Like I would be able to crack, like no lie, like deep focus work like 6-8 hours a day, right? Which is quite a lot. Deep focus work, like beats plugged in, like binaural beats, like just working, right? Then I get back from the trip and everything just create like doing one thing just seems so
Yeah.
tedious. It's just like, man.
This morning, so last 2 weeks, I went on a bender. I was only gonna take 1 week off, but I had a bit of a rollerblading accident and I scraped the skin off my left butt cheek.
Okay.
Like I had
Fuck.
no skin. I couldn't
That's
sit
that.
down for like a week.
Yeah, yeah.
So this week I'm only starting things again, and it's like I saw my phone time and it was like 4 hours, and it's like why? And then
Yeah.
today I had to get myself to go for a run in the morning at like one point at like 0.8 miles. I was like, bro, like, this is heavy work. Like, this is
Yeah, yeah,
nuts.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like ramping things back up.
100%. And that's what I want, like people watching this video, like take away is like you have to ramp things up, and the level of productivity that you're currently at is not your maximum productivity, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get there. It's just like you have to take it slowly, right? Because like yeah, like for example, coming back now, and if you don't like see it, and if you don't know what's happening, like you get stressed, right? The train that I'm trying to get on is 20 kilometers, is going at like 20 kilometers an hour, 200 kilometers an hour, right? Whereas like currently, like I can go at like 50 kilometers an hour. Like that's, so you gotta like slowly ramp up. But if you try to get on that train, like it's gonna crush you, right?
One thing that I was really thinking to myself about over the last week is like consistency, right? Because I feel like a lot of people misinterpret staying consistent. They think staying consistent is like doing the same, not doing the same thing, but putting in the same amount of effort every single day for like years. But it's actually not. It's like consistently being able to pick yourself back up from those dips. Because it's
Mm.
like there's no even, for example, you're working at 50% capacity, you're still not going to be able to maintain that indefinitely. It's like you're still, I don't know, your girl calls you up and be like, hey, come over Friday night, we'll do a madness. Say less. Comes
What's a
over.
madness? What's a madness? What's a
I don't know,
madness?
like I don't know, go to a party or something. Wink. and then you get drunk, and then 3 days after your sleep is still. So it's
Mm.
like you need to be able to consistently pick yourself
Yeah,
up from all the dips, and then it's
yeah.
like as long as you're consistently doing that and then consistently slowly ramping up, you're gonna get there at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why I've gotten a lot more patient as well.
yeah.
Like,